got the glow of the sunset. You got the rush of the ocean wave. You're burning high like it's wanted. You make it feel like summer again. We got a chance and we'll live it. From the start to the end. You make it feel like summer.
Hey guys, welcome to this episode. We're going to take you inside to a house we just bought. We're going to flip it. We're going to take you from nuts to bolts on this thing. We're going to, from the very beginning to the very end, from demolition to finished product. We're going to show you a lot of the little different features that we're going to do to enhance this property, but we got to see the before. And I think you're going to really love this series that we're going to do. And I'm looking forward to it. Hope I get a lot of ideas from you guys out there and some of the stuff to do and some comments as we go along. Some of the first things we're going to do outside is we're going to have to put new siding, completely redo the front, do new landscaping, new soffits, and we will put new windows throughout the little house here. Now as we move inside, there's a set of stairs that goes up to the second floor, and if you'll look immediately to the right, they had started to actually try to rehab the house and put a little half bath in, and then they tried to do some to the kitchen. Now, what I want you to notice too is though the house has got great bones, this is how they actually left it. When I closed on it this morning, came in, this is what we found. So all throughout the house, anything you see is how the house was actually left. And you'll see a lot more of the design features as we go along that I've got planned for this house. This particular room is the living room / dining room. The dining room will stay the dining room, the living room will also stay the living room, but the functionality, all the ceilings are actually going to come completely out of this whole area here. And so we're going to put in can lighting, brighten it up, more than just a coat of paint. We're actually behind you to go out into the addition is a set of sliding doors. That's all coming out. Probably going to put a barn door, something really nice transition here. And then as we move out here, this little room to the right was actually a laundry room with a shower, really kind of a strange configuration. So what we're going to do there is we're going to convert that little bathroom up there, move it back here, make a full-on bath room back here, and then move the laundry room to the front of the house. It's going to be much more convenient to get the clothes in from upstairs. Now as we move back outside, we're going to put in a couple of French doors here. And you can see the amount of trash. I've got a 30-yard dumpster coming with a backhoe, and as soon as they take the backhoe away, I'm bringing in a skid steer. And I'll show you that equipment in the different episodes, so if you're not familiar with those pieces of equipment, you're gonna see us use some jackhammers, you're gonna see us use a lot of different pieces of stuff. We'll redo the fencing, all this decking will come out, it'll all be redecked to be beautiful, and we'll have a nice big backyard. You can check out some of the debris around it. It's going to be quite extensive for cleanup and removal. A couple of the good things about the house is, again, good bones. It's had an electrician in recently to update the electrical. It's had, basically a brand new air conditioning unit, and the roof is fairly new. It's only a couple of years old. So that's what we really look for when we go to look for something like this. And it's in a great district right here in downtown Tampa in the Plant High School district. So back here are some of the buildings that's got to come down. It's cram-packed with stuff. Who knows what's in there? Some very old, I'm sure antiques are coming in there, but don't know what to do with them. So actually I've got an antique dealer going to come out and rummage through all this stuff and see if he wants anything. In that little shed, there's a piece of furniture. Again, I've had going through some of these, sometimes you find some of these old pieces that we're just kind of abandoned, and we'll see what they want. We'll see what they, whatever they want, they can have, and we'll make a deal there. But all this is going to look different. This is all going to be re-siding like the front. It's going to look really good. This little patio here right now, although it's small, it's going to go fence to fence all the way across, and it's going to be extended out a little bit. So just some of the plans that we got coming at you as we walk through. So now we're going to take a little quick trip upstairs because you see they started to redo the floors here, and but again, very dark, no safety rails, really no light but the one above me. And the quality of what they did do and finish here on this You can see it right here on the top of this stair. They didn't put the little footer on it, so they went ahead and continued into this bedroom on the left. They're both about the same size. It has double closets, deep closets. This will all be fixed up. Again, all the ceilings are going to come out of this one as well. Windows are going to be replaced, the whole house. So if you see a window, it's getting replaced. Now as we go back across, and then we'll take you into that little bathroom last. This bedroom actually is a little bit smaller, but it does have one deeper closet. The bathroom, really kind of quite remarkable. It's kind of like the kitchen. I mean, they got ready to remodel the bathroom. They had some new tile put in, they had a new vanity and sink put in, had a new light fixture put in, but they kind of did a kind of a strange texture on the walls, and they just left it a real mess. So again, all this texture is coming out. The sheet will be re-sheetrocked the right way, and the tub is actually coming out. It was an old cheap tub. That'll come out and will be placed. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring this thing not only to 2020 standards, but we're going to do it in a luxury format. It's going to be really, really high end when we get done with it. Another little tidbit is that the ceiling access, or the roof access, I do know that it has all the standard hurricane clips. Like we talked about, it had new roof on it. It does have hurricane clips, and the roof is not leaking. It looks really, really good. And so, but there again, there's a ton of storage up there and there's a ton of trash up there. So we got to get that out, get that down safely to this little hole and back down the stairwell to get it put in our 30-yard dumpster. And hopefully we won't have to get a second one. So another really important feature when you're doing these types of remodels and these types of homes, especially when you've got a lot of do-it-yourselfers out there, and or they got contractors, they've stopped halfway through, is when you have your water and electric turned on. In this particular case, I was here this morning when the city water got turned on, and this is a great tip for you guys just getting into flipping and remodeling. You have to do that, especially when you have contractors that were in here before or do-it-yourselfers that kind of stopped halfway. One of the things that you'll notice that I noticed in this house was there are no faucets in the sink, and there's no faucets in the spare bedroom bathroom that they were actually remodeling, which tells me that there could be a water issue. So when he was here, we turned it on, and I was in the home to inspect the home to make sure they weren't leaking anywhere. However, I heard water running, so I ran back to the laundry room, and the shutoff valve for one of the laundry outlets was actually open and not working, and it was just spewing water. So we had to turn the water back off. Had I not been here, the whole back of the house would have been flooded, and it would have been some major, major renovation issues, probably molding issues, something you don't want to get into because it would blow your budget way out. So again, be here when the electricity gets turned on, be there when the water gets turned on. Make sure that you have at least a plumber or an electrician, or be there yourself, and know how to turn those things back off. Don't get yourself in trouble with those small details, but they're important details. When you have this much debris to throw away, where are you going to put the dumpster, what the placement's going to be, what size is the dumpster, and how are you going to load the dumpster? So if we look at this house and we walk around to the back where all the debris is, it's a very narrow little access road. And if you see the building here that we've got to take down, it's totally destroyed in the back. Just a little push with a backhoe or track hoe or something is going to pull that down. You really don't want people in there rummaging through that stuff and getting hurt. So what we did is we've got a backhoe on the way. It will come. We'll do some demolishing with the backhoe. And so what we're going to do is they've even put some of the debris out here on the back side of this fence, which they shouldn't be doing that. So all of this will be taken out and put in the dumpster as well. So now how do we place a dumpster when we don't have room for a dumpster? There is another small dumpster behind us, behind this business, who is actually getting remodeled. So I've already talked to the contractor and to the business itself, and I've asked them if they can remove their small dumpster to allow me to put my larger dumpster for a week. 7 days. I would prefer 14 if I can get it, but if it's for 7, that's fine. Then once we get all this debris out and fence down, what we can do is we can take a smaller dumpster and probably put it in this backyard for some of the inside demolition that we're going to do. But our first rule is going to be taking the debris out of the backyard. Now, as you can see, the driveway is pretty long, and we could put a 30-yard dumpster here. The only issue with that is that you'd have to bring everything from the back forward. So if we don't have a cooperation from the other contractor, then the rental of the skid steer will be probably closer to a week. So thanks for joining us on this remodel series of Just Florida TV. This is Tony Holden. Come back with the next episodes and see how we progress with this. We're really looking forward to it. And if you liked it and you want to see more and you want to follow us, please hit the follow button below or hit the like button. Download our app at Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and several other places. You'll see all that information below, but we're on all the streaming media, and we're looking forward to sharing this experience.
Hello, my name is Todd Paroline with Superior Fence and Rail of the Space and Treasure Coast. We're located here in Melbourne. We cover everything from Mims down to Martin County. This is just one of almost 20 locations that Superior Fence has over the entire United States, which allows us to bring excellent service and products to our customers. One of our mottos here is not just say that we have good service, but show it. And so that's what we tell our sales reps every day. Show people, don't tell them. We have a lot of systems in place just so that we can follow up, that we can make sure that we can set appointments and be there on time. We think that's extremely important, and we feel we do that pretty well. You can reach us at superiorfenceandrail.com or 321-636-2829 or at the information below. Thank you.
Hey everyone, this is Ken with Just Florida TV, and I'm here with Carlos Orozco. He has done an amazing job painting my home. He does all kinds of paint work. I'm going to have him talk about that, but I can't endorse him enough. He's done an amazing job on my house, and I'd really like for him to walk through the process with you and explain how he does things, because I've never seen a painter do a job like this before. So you're going to love this guy, and if you need a painter, I highly recommend him. His information is below. And Carlos, let's talk about this house and what you did for us.
Talk about it.
Yes. So Carlos, let's go over the process and how you approach the whole job. You know, what you do first and how it all ends up, and the order in which you do everything.
First of all, it's very important that you pressure wash the house. That removes all the surface dirt, mildew, stuff like that. Because if you paint on top of that, the paint will crack off and peel off within probably a year or two. Then after that, we cover all the windows. We removed anything from the walls that needs to be removed, unscrewed, lamps, stuff like that. After that, that's when we apply the sealer. That's the Loxone conditioner. That's so the paint can adhere to the existing paint. After that, that's when we do all the patching and the caulking. It's also important that you do it in that order, because the sealant helps the patching get stuck to the walls. Otherwise, with the chalkiness, if we put the patching on top of that, it'll peel right off as well.
It also seems like the preparation work took longer than the actual job
itself. It took about 3 days.
Yeah, 3 days of prep work to get to the point where they can.
The painting stuff is easy. I don't know if you saw, but we painted the whole house in one day. It took us 3 days to do the pressure washing, the covering, the patching, the caulking. That's an important part. If you don't have a good prep, the paint won't last. And it doesn't matter, you know, what grade of paint you have, how good it is. The prep is what's important, and that's what a lot of people skip on.
Yeah, I couldn't believe the job they did prepping it. It was unbelievable. I think we have a bunch of footage that we took while they were preparing the house, so we'll include that in the video for you. And it was extremely impressive, and I can't believe how good the house came out. So why don't we walk around a little bit and kind of point some things out.
As you can see, I'm getting ready to stain the deck. I pressure washed it the first day, and then yesterday I pressure washed it again to remove all the, the surface dirt. This floor was actually in pretty good shape. It only had that one single crack. Everything else was pretty neat, pretty in order. This one in particular, it's easy to do because it was already previously painted the same color. So it takes with one coat. Sometimes when the colors are, very different, we usually do 2 coats. Once you paint a floor, the whole house just looks better. It looks cleaner.
Yep.
And a lot of people just skip out on it because they think it looks good enough as is. But
I can't believe it.
It's
the
just
house
a
looks
huge
better
difference.
than it did when it was new.
Yeah.
This is a much better paint job than the builder did for us.
I can tell you by experience that home builders don't really put a effort into painting houses. We've worked for some builders, and they tell us not to spend too much time on a single house because you know
Trying to keep
it
the
impacts
cost
their
down,
and they also have like special paint that they get, not good paints, but they're like super cheap paints. So it's only for like surface, so they can sell it quickly. 2 years down the line, the house is just burnt.
So you stick strictly to Sherwin-Williams products?
Yes, unless the homeowner wants something else. We only recommend Sherwin-Williams because we know how good their products are. We know how they work, how they go on the walls. We tend not to use paint from other larger stores because they're less quality. You get less paint for more money. You can tell when you're applying the paint. The end result, it looks the same, but you won't be able to tell the difference until like 5-6 years down the line. And people at Sherwin-Williams, that's specifically what they do. That's the only thing they do. They make paint, and so they're good at what they do. My father has a company. He's been a painter for about 20 years, and all the time he's only used Sherwin-Williams.
Great. And I can see the difference. It's really amazing.
Yeah, and quality is just unmatched.
Very, very good product.
My information is down below. If you need any of the services we mentioned, please reach out.
Hi, this is Anthony with Barrel Project Engineering. I am the inspection manager. We are here at a home inspection for SKL team. We do most of their inspection needs. Barrel Project Engineering is a multiple licensed firm. Our business hours are from Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Our company performs a wide variety of inspections, including home inspections, condition assessments, wind mitigation, 4 points, project management, thermal imaging, and more. We do pretty much anything that most home inspectors cannot do, anything that's needed to close out your future home. If you'd like to inquire about any of our inspection services, please call us at 813-616-3301.
You make it feel like summer again.
Welcome everyone to 7925 Causeway Boulevard North, and it is on beautiful Boca Ciega Bay. I can't wait to show this one to you. It's an amazing waterfront property. Let's go on and check it out.
rush of the ocean wave. You're burning